Alright, so today's video is about love. Um, and when we talk about the topic of love, it usually becomes a topic of sometimes confusion. Most of us are typically confused when we talk about the topic of love. And why is that? Because there's like, what's the definition of it? There's, and you can go to Google. You can go to Google to look up a definition of almost any word. But Google most likely is going to give you a garbage definition of a word, right? So I would say love, it's complicated, it's tricky, right? Sometimes when it comes to love, you can get in a relationship with somebody, right? You can get in a relationship with somebody. You might not love them at first, but over time, you begin to love this person. Sometimes you can see a person across the room. You see them like, damn, she fine. Some people start to love her. Weirdos. Get love that fast. But it's like that whole thing, love at first sight. That's what happens. You got some people like the J. Cole talk photograph. Still love at first sight. But he said fell in love through photographs. I don't even know her name. You look at a picture of a girl, like, damn, I love that girl right there. You know what I mean? Shit, you can even love people. Well, you can even love someone that you don't really fuck with at one point. That you didn't really like them, but over time you develop feelings, right? Over time, right? Love is tricky. Like the heart wants what the heart wants, and I'm gonna say my definition of love, at least in my opinion. People may have their own opinion to this word. That's why I wouldn't really go to Google for Google's definition of love, because everybody has their own definition for it. And I would say my definition of love is what the mind and heart wants. See, when the mind and the heart works together, that's harmony, my brother. That's harmony, right? See, the heart moves in more of a, I would say a lust type form, right? So when the heart loves you, maybe it's more about the body, right? I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, right? But then when the mind starts to say, oh, I love this girl, the mind going for more of the personality aspect, right? So when the heart and mind works together to love a person, you got the personality and you got the looks aspect. You got both. Now you know you really love that girl or that guy. It don't really matter. I'm sorry. I'm using girl this entire video since I'm a guy. But yeah, I know this translates over to guys. Yeah, I understand. Um, so basically, this video, you guys are probably wondering, how does one dive deeper into talking about love? Right? How does one dive deeper into that? And it's simple, by telling you stories, by giving you these amazing stories. Now I'm gonna try to I ain't gonna try to make these stories run long, but I have about 2 to 3 different stories that I'm gonna give y'all. Then let me come to this conclusion of what love is. Story 1. A couple years back, there was this girl, I liked her. But I was a little shajit, but I liked it. But at the time, I liked it more because of the mind aspect. She was funny. Her personality was nice, right? And over time, you got forced into a relationship and things of that nature. And that was like, I had girlfriends before her, but they wasn't really like I guess most people wouldn't really count them unless they're trying to look cool in front of the guys, right? But she was like the first official, right? And over time, I didn't love it at first, but that was the first girlfriend. So like a week or two goes by, and I'm like, damn, I'm in love, But I don't really know what love was, but I just know that was a feeling I never had before, right? It's always been cuddled up, you know. We've done a couple of things, kissing, holding hands, and just things of that nature, right? That's things I never really had before. So when I'm in this relationship, I, I started to fall in love really, really fast, right? Now, most of us are looking at this situation like, that's pretty normal. But the thing about this is, the thing about it is, that's just one example of how love works, right? It works in a it's more fast paced, right? But that's the first relationship. It was a fast paced thing. Now, I don't want to dive too deep into these topics simply because I don't have the time right now. But I will make a part 2 to this video, definitely. And then we have the second story about love. This one was not, this one was kind of on both hands, right? It was more of the mind and the heart going into this one, right? And I had warnings saying, oh no, you shouldn't go after that one, she's, this and that. But you know what? Did I listen to warnings? No, my fault. I apologize. And this one, I would say it was more heart than mind, right? Because in my opinion, she looked amazing. Then over time, into a relationship, when they say that I love you word until about 2-3 months into the relationship, why is that? Why is that? I would give y'all a little bit of knowledge. I'm doing it anyway. Men are supposed to guard their heart. Now, I know it's going to be a bunch of feminists saying, no, you shouldn't do that. That's dumb. You're a feminist. You're really talking, you're a feminist. Calm down. Calm down, buddy. But yeah, men tend to guard their heart, and that's for a reason. You can't blame a man for doing that because past experiences make a man do that. So I was going to a relationship guarding my heart. I didn't really do much with him. I ain't do much with her like I did the first girlfriend, simply because of the aspect of I want this to work out flawlessly. In my mind, I actually wanted to love this girl. At a point in time, it was there. It was genuine. But for how long though? It didn't last long. See, love can last either a long time or a short period of time. And people say once you love a person, it can't go away. Like it doesn't go away that fast. You know what? I second that. Once you start to love someone, it doesn't go away that fast. But the thing is, the attitude that goes away fast. The attitude toward that person goes away fast. But now we're going to the third story. This story, this goes along with the last one. This is where the mind takes over. The heart is still there, but the mind takes over so much, you realize that personality is really what you're there for. When you ain't like the looks, that's just the added bonus, but the personality, that's really what you're there for. Because the personality is so amazing that you just want to stick around, right? Love is weird. Love is crazy. But the thing is, how do we distinguish between the mind and the heart and what they want? And how do we know if I really love that person? You're gonna learn over time. Over time, love will soon come over time. And I know in this video I didn't dive as deep as I could have, and that's my apologies. But the next couple of videos, I'm gonna dive deep into certain topics. I just couldn't dive deep into this one. I couldn't, and I apologize. But the last one is what we should strive for, where the mind takes over the heart. The heart still has a huge role, but but when you love her for her personality over everything, that's when you know you most likely found the one.